Happy Wednesday. I am still on my laptop because I haven't diagnosed my desktop, so I'm hoping this works well. I am not going to be on long. I wanted to make sure I was here to be consistent. My life has honestly felt very chaotic lately for the needs of my family, essentially. And we are going out of town. My kids have midwinter break. We are going to a water park this weekend, and we're about to go pick them up after school, go immediately for like vacation, although it's only a couple nights. But I wanted to get on here, but I don't have a lot of time. So again, mom trumps YouTuber. Actually, I'm excited to go. So that's not a bad thing, but I'm just sorry that I'm not like super dedicated to my lives being long every time. But I'm going to get started. Sunflower 69 says, good morning. Good morning. Love your new pictures. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed getting them done. And it was kind of something it actually took like a lot of guts for me to do. I know that sounds stupid, but I did weird faces that would work well on YouTube. And I felt like I was an idiot doing it. I don't know, but I was pleased with how they turned out, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. So thank you. That's really nice of you to send that encouragement. St. Louis Ammo Man says, hello, I'm a little worried. Since last week, I had very little energy, so I took several days off of walking at lunch. I still don't have much energy. Does this happen to you? Not really. I'm sorry that you're facing that. I guess my energy dips when I have been sick, especially anytime I get COVID. So I know that's kind of going around a lot. People just aren't testing for it. We've been kind of ill around here lately, and thankfully we're all on the mend. But my energy really dips when I honestly am sick. So I don't have anything fasting related. The only thing was, but I know you've been around a while, so I don't think you're like a new faster. I really had a hard time with my energy when I was a new faster. So as soon as I ate, I just felt like I needed to sleep for 6 years or something. But that was really at the beginning when I was adjusting to the fasting lifestyle. So I don't really have anything. I don't know if people in the comments can see, and if anything, if you guys have any input, but I haven't dealt with that. I hope you're not ill, and I hope you get answers, or at least your energy comes back. Hi, Mom. Hi, Smiling. And I love it. Smiling saying hi to my mom. You guys are the greatest. Bobini Create says, totally get it. Mom duties come first. Definitely. That's actually, I don't know if I've ever shared with you guys, probably, but it's been a while. That's how I became a YouTuber. I had a career. I wanted a job. I wanted to make lots of money. I had all these dreams. And then as soon as I had my oldest daughter, I wanted to be a mom. And then I became a stay-at-home mom. It took several years for that to happen financially, to make that something we could do. And I really missed working. It was kind of a little emotional whiplash, but I really have always liked being someone that creates and does things and has goals. And so YouTube allowed me to be mom first, but get stuff done and like work towards something. So that's how I became a YouTuber, long before I was a pastor. And it's just morphed over the years, but I still get to be stay-at-home mom first, and that is most important. And I love that you guys understand that. So thank you. Charisse says, hi, first time on your lives, but I'm watching your videos a ton. Well, thank you for watching and welcome. Been doing OMAD for about a month. Yay. Congrats to you. That's a nice runway start. So good for you. I'm curious if you were a faster before you did OMAD, or if you jumped right into OMAD. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. Sorry it's like the shortest live ever, but it will be, I'm glad that you're here still. JS Max says, how are you? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too. It's been a little bit of a stressful day in lots of like small ways, just, packing, making sure this laundry's done, picking this up, picking up a prescription. And it'll be really nice getting the dog to care while we're gone. So having it all done, and then when we're on the road, it's like, okay, now I can enjoy vacation. So yay. I hope you're doing well too, though. Let's see. Bobini Create says you're really great at both YouTuber and mom. Oh, you're so nice. That honestly is the nicest thing. Um, One, I feel I have much more control in being a YouTuber. Being a mom, it's like the Wild West, especially lately. But thank you. Smiley face from JS Max. I hope that means that you're doing well. Bobini Create says several weeks in, I'm feeling great. Switch to OMAD. Love the energy and being able to eat real food. Me too. You know, that's honestly, it's the freedom is great. The food is great and feeling great is great. I love it. And I'm glad that you found the same thing. I honestly feel a big energy boost. So I hope St. Louis Ammo Man does too eventually. I'm glad to see that you feel energized. Let's see here. Jeff and Dina, how do you feel about switching up fasting time that others say you get stuck if you don't? Meaning the weight loss will stall if you switch it up. Thanks. Okay, so from the very beginning, I read that you needed to switch things up. So I've always felt flexible. And I really do think it's a key to my success. I sometimes have a 20-minute eating window, and then sometimes I have a 5-hour eating window. And I do consider both of them OMAD because I'm skipping breakfast, I'm skipping lunch. Most days I skip lunch. And then if I have, like yesterday, I had pistachios and a cheese stick before I ate my dinner, then I ate my dinner. That's like my appetizer. So I really like the freedom that learning that switching things up gives me. And I was like, okay, I can switch things up. That actually makes it easier rather than feeling like I'm stuck in this little box. So I've never tested opposite to see if it's better, if that makes sense. But I heard it, I read it, and I ran with it. And I do think it's part of my success, especially when you consider that if I do OMAD and they're not all the same time frame, and then I do a down day, and then I also do an up day, that's really switching it up so that my body's not going to be like, oh, well, even if we know we need energy, we'll just wait till 4 p.m. when Jackie always opens her eating window and she keeps it open for 3 hours every day. I feel like that could be patterned, and that's what I've read. That's not, my brain saying that. So I definitely switch it up, and I definitely think that it's been part of my success. But I've never tried like a super regimented schedule to compare it to. Okay, lots of things popping in. I wonder if there's a lag between the software I use because I'll have like 0 and then I have like 8 comments pop up for me. Jackie asks, do you find that your taste buds have changed since fasting? Things that you liked or dislike? Yes. Even like mentally a little bit. Like, this is going to sound really weird. This isn't taste buds. Well, I'll get to this one in a second. Taste buds wise, I used to really love oatmeal and cream pies are the ones that pop in my head, or even packaged hand pies. I still really love pie that's like homemade, but if it's like the little cardboard box of the pie in it, or Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, or raspberry zingers and Twinkies, I used to love all of those. And I just don't anymore. Even if I try it, I'm like, there's no appeal. It doesn't it tastes processed to me. Even things like sometimes even crackers, I'm like, oh, there'll be times that they taste good, but Cheez-Its used to be super addictive to me, and I just don't anymore. Now, things like chips that are still processed, I still am in love with them. So it's not like across the board. I love chips still. Things like hot lattes. I used to love hot lattes. Those, there's no appeal to me anymore. They make me feel sick actually. And I don't know why, but if I have a hot latte, I just get a really big stomach ache. But even, I've always liked black coffee, but I used to drink like creme brulee or Michigan cherry or blueberry muffin, all the flavors of a black coffee. I can't anymore. They smell amazing. And if I try it, and even in my eating window, it tastes like chemicals to me. So I've definitely noticed changes. And that's one thing that I like rest in is like my body's going to continue to adapt. It's going to continue to want better foods. And this is, like I said, not a taste bud thing, but I've always been super grossed out by not marshmallows. I love marshmallows, mushrooms. And for some reason, like lately and even more so, like I'm not even that grossed out by them. I still haven't ate them because I never did eat them. So it's not like I know that they taste really good, so I'm craving them, but I'm not super grossed out by them. Where if it was in something, I might actually eat it, which is weird. So I feel like my tastes have changed mentally and even like actual things taste. And it just keeps, I'm just going to keep letting it go. So I'm going to let things no longer taste good. And then that's going to be easier to say, I'm not going to eat oatmeal cream pies because I don't want them anymore, rather than it's a rule. You like call. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Let's see. Shuri says, I slowly got into it after intermittent fasting, basically skipping breakfast. Didn't start clean fast until about a week ago after I read Fast, Feast, Repeat. Awesome. I've been playing around with dirty fasting for the last few weeks. I know I've shared that with you guys, and I think it makes a complete difference. It really makes me fast easier, and I don't get hungry when I'm not doing the clean. When I'm doing the clean fast, it's so much easier to not feel hungry. I feel hungry much more when I've been playing around with like diet beverages and flavored element. I love flavored element. I love it in flavored water. But it's so much harder if I have it before I fast. Or before I break my eating window, I meant, sorry. Let's see. Regina says, do you think electrolytes are needed for an 18-6 schedule or only for a longer fast? I still drink them because I like it, but I notice like a physical difference for longer fasts. That's me personally. I know some people get headaches, especially if you're adjusting. It might be really helpful to have them. But I do drink them on a near daily basis. I really like it. I feel good with them. But when I notice a huge difference if I don't drink them is if I do longer fasts. So I think for me personally, and this probably changes person to person, it's more imperative on the longer fast. But that's because if I don't take it on the longer fast, I get sore, like achy legs. Other people talk about headaches or nausea, just even energy can feel like an impact from like low electrolytes essentially. But I think it varies person to person. So I don't want to say that other people don't, because I'm like not a scientist. We all know that. But for me personally, I think it's extremely important on my longer fast. I do still enjoy taking them on the shorter ones, but if I don't have it like today, I don't feel leg cramps necessarily if I don't have it. Let's see. I do my OMADs in the morning versus evening because I love breakfast and brunch. I always make sure to get in my fruits and veggies. I love it. I think that's amazing. I think the longer I fast, if I were single and didn't have a family, like I would probably eat that time frame. But I like having it to look forward to. That's the thing. But I love breakfast and brunch, lunch type foods too. And I love that everyone can do it. What works for you. So thanks for sharing. I think that's great. And yes, I don't eat that much fruit anymore. I don't know why. I eat a lot more fruit in the summer when it's super fresh, like watermelon, strawberries. When they're in season here, I eat them a lot more, but I'm not the best at eating my fruits. I eat a lot of veggies. I feel like it. Let's see. Oh, you're so nice. Great mom and YouTuber. Well, thank you, Sunflower69. My mom's saying hi again. You guys are too nice. Sofonda says, I really enjoy your videos. Thank you. First time I ever caught you live. I love the switches and freedom of fasting. What are my favorite non-scale victories? My literal, first of all, thank you. But my very, very favorite non-scale victory is that I no longer obsess about food. And that's one of the reasons that I just eat foods that I enjoy. I don't think, okay, today I'm going to have pizza later, so I'm not allowed to have this. I might be conscious, like, okay, if I'm going to have a crumble cookie later, I will not have an iced coffee right now because I don't want that much sugar and I know it's going to do my blood sugar, but it's not like rule-based. It's just based on feeling. Like there's still conscious thought. So I don't want to say that that's no longer present. But my favorite thing is I don't think, well, I can't have this because I did this, or if I'm going to eat this, how does that impact? I constantly was thinking what I could eat, what I couldn't eat, Was I allowed to? Should I put sour cream and cheese on the chili, or is that too much? Should I have a second bowl of the soup that I made? And none of it was based on like how I was feeling. Was I hungry? Was I full? It was all based on like what I was allowed to do or what I'd feel bad about or if I'd feel left out. And that dieting decision fatigue being gone is such a mental load that's been lifted. I love that more than anything, even more than the scale victories. I am just so grateful I don't have that in my life. Um, Obviously, I'm excited that I lost the weight and that I've maintained the weight loss, but having that as like no longer there, I didn't even realize what a burden it was until it was lifted. I'm like, this is amazing. So that's my favorite. If you're talking like legit medical, reversing my fatty liver disease, excuse me, that's a big one. And that was always something that made me nervous about being overweight. I was told that the fatty liver disease would just continue to get worse. So the fact that it no longer shows up on my blood work, and it still is exciting to me. Yes, I agree. That was a great question. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be obtuse, but I still don't know what this means. Mushrooms for you, olives for me. I love olives. I can't even understand that. Hey. Oh, Ryan started clean fasting. No more diet sun-kissed? That's amazing. I would love to talk with you. I'm gonna have to get with you about that. And I'm just interested in what you're finding. But thanks for stopping by, Ryan. Everyone knows and loves Ryan, so say hi to him. But thanks for stopping by. That's really interesting to me that you started clean fasting. Alina loves dirty fasting. She puts a splash of oat milk in her tea, and I look forward to my gummy vitamins during a day fast day. You know what? Even though that's not what I would suggest to people, especially starting, I think it's fine to take, what you read, what you see, what you watch, and mold it to your life. Now, would that be what I'd do? No. But Alina's not going to do what Jackie's doing. And if we're both finding success and we're both happy, I think that's a great illustration that fasting can look different for different people. And if we both find success, that's great. So I did just start taking a vitamin. It's it has like prebiotics, probiotics. I would like to be able to take that not in my eating window, but I feel like it would break a fast. Emma M says, hey, sending love from across the pond. Well, thank you. I'm sending it back. Not what you sent me. I'm sending you different love, just to be clear. Oh, I love you guys giving my mom love. That's awesome. Let's see. Savanda says, fruits are great for hydration and detoxing. Since fasting, your body has worked on healing you and could be the reason for your lack of desire for fruit. When a person is sick, we always send fruit. Oh, I love that idea. That's really interesting to think of. Oh, I like that. Fast, as clean as you can, and as dirty as you need to do. That reminds, like, when we go on road trips, and this is even when I'm a clean faster on a day-to-day basis, I'll sometimes have like a diet beverage in the pop on a road trip instead of eating. It's like, it kind of fills a gap. I'm still fasting. I have a diet Dr. Pepper or whatever, but it gets me to the destination without snacking in the car. So I totally understand what you're saying. Okay, this is my last comment that I have here, and then I'm going to sign off because we're leaving. But it says, shalom to you all. Francisco, I probably said that wrong, and I think it's like a blessing. I could be 100% wrong because I think, is it Hebrew? I don't speak it. I don't know. But if it's positive, I'm sending it back to you. Let's see. Honey asks, I lied. There's one more question, then I'm leaving after this. No more. I'm not even going to look at them. Am I still doing up days and down days? Yes, I did one this past weekend, and I'll probably do one when we get back, an up day and a down day. I did before the Super Bowl. I wanted a longer eating window on the Super Bowl. We were having family over, lots of food plans. So I did a down day on Saturday, had a small 500 calorie meal, and then did my up day. Hope you guys have a great week. Thank you for joining, and I will have a video on Saturday, short still, and I'll be live again next week. So have a good one. Bye, guys.